Hello and welcome to another episode of Top Deck, the series where we take a look at some of the leading TCG deck lists. On today, we have the legendary Joshua Stewart Dickerson. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing quite good actually.
Great stuff. So, you went to the UK and Ireland remote duel Extravaganza, the first one of Season 3, and you took a brand new deck, or at least a new variation of an existing deck, the recently boosted and improved Decklist.
Yeah, it came out like so long ago, and it's I think like well over a year ago in Ignition Assault, and we finally got like some half decent support. So I looked at it and I was like, nah, this seems good.
Yeah, it did take them a while to actually print some decent stuff, which is weird, right? If you think that the main boss monster has been around for a long time.
I think it was just something to do with like consistency issues. I think when you give any like deck that has half decent support a link 1 that has like multiple effects, a bit like Prank Kids, you see them just take over a little bit.
Yeah, that's always going to be a good thing. So why did you choose to play this deck for the event?
So it was the first weekend where the new support was actually legal, and I knew a lot of people would be playing Extravaganza and stuff. And I wanted. So I feel like because of that, people were going to overlook the deck, and not many people actually know what most of the cards do. So I was hoping for the surprise factor, realistically.
Yeah. And so the key ingredients are the Dark Infant, the Attic Nester, Link 1 that you mentioned before.
Yeah, there's that, and there's also the Rota spell as well, which is pretty good.
Is that the AI meet you?
Yeah, they changed the name over here. The whole deck's like no, that's like obviously way more consistency than you need, like, because that plus Cyanide Mining, you're playing like a million different ways to get to your style.
Yeah. And what is your monster that you're searching off this most of the time? Is it Bikari or is it the Chi-Chi or?
It depends what I have in hand. Say if I've got no names in hand, for example, it's always going to be the red one. I'll call them red because I can't remember the names, the colours. But I also it's a red one, because that's the Stratos of the deck.
Yeah. Okay. So an interesting thing, at least from my perspective, is you've got so many non-engine cards that you can fit into this deck, right? You've got 9 hand traps, plus 8 power traps, plus the Monster Reborn, plus the Call by the Grave. There's loads of space. Was it hard choosing the different hand traps and the different traps to go with them?
So for this particular event, it wasn't massively hard. Like, I was just thinking, what's some really good hand traps? And I started off with obviously Ash, and then I was like, Bell's insane because it can negate Revolt. And then I was just expecting more Dragon Link realistically. So and as the Drolls came in, obviously it's good against Shadolls and stuff. Yeah. And then any trap deck, like for the past year, has always played Strike Torrential. Like, it's so good. It's so good. So they were just like really easy choices. And the Ice Dragons was like expecting for more Dragon Link, but that never happened, sadly.
Yeah, that's a shame. But I mean, hey, you did really well overall anyway, right? So it's not too much of an issue.
The last round.
Apart from the last round, that's always how it goes. Okay, so that's main deck. Anything special about the ratios in the engine?
Not really. You always want to play free red, free yellow because they search the best card in the deck. Obviously, red searches any of the monsters, and then yellow gets you all your spells like the Reborn and the Rota and stuff. The Doyen is fine at 1 because if you play more than 1, it becomes dead because it's only good card when your graveyard's already loaded.
Yeah. And
you only want to play 1 Baruru because in the combo you search it off Cyber's Wicked, so you want to be able to search it and not open it really. Yeah, sure.
What is Damari new as well? I feel like this is a new
one. Damari is new, yeah, that's a brick sadly, but you always want to foolish that off of the Baruru because it's just a negate when you have the 6 when you have the link 6.
Okay.
And then you play the Gachuri because it's an extender. Its effect comes up too. If you link off with it, you can target one monster you control. It becomes like immune to effects for a full turn.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice. And then you got the addition just as an extra extender, right?
Yeah, the addition's good. I'm gonna cut it going forward though, but like my theory behind it was, this doesn't even need to target your own monsters. It can target any monster in the field. It just summons itself for free, kind of, and it's a Cyberse as well, which is what you need.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Extra deck. Is there anything here unusual? I mean, you got the 2 Dark Infants in now that obviously weren't there before.
Yeah, the infants are good. Sometimes you want to play 3, but like it's unnecessary. Because you should hopefully be winning after turn 3 or 4. But you make 2 in the combo. Also you search the field spell of it, and then you use it to shift when you summon the Templar, so you can soul charge for free.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. And I guess it's just like more Ignister names, and then the Wicked for the combo, some removal and like access code and stuff.
I'm gonna play like the Fire Ignister, which is really bad, but
yeah,
really bad. But the thing is, like, you wanna, if you open no names but you open I Meet You, you want to search the reds, obviously, so that's why you have to play like a dead card in your extra deck, just so you can reveal it off for the spell.
Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. Do you have to reveal an Ignister, or is it just any?
It's any with like 2,300 attack, it has to be.
What are the stats of what's the new one, the Heat Coder thing?
It's 2,300.
Are you gonna switch to that?
It's not out yet, sadly, but
yeah,
when it comes out, the deck will change so much then, because then you can play microcoders and stuff as well. That's way ahead in the future.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Okay, we won't jump too far ahead then. Then of course you got the ultimate boss monster, the Arrival Cerberus Ignister, your Link 6, which is immune to everything and has like a stupid attack, and yeah, it's cool.
Like, most decks can only really out it with like a Boral Sword or an access code, but when you've got it up, you just like let your opponent just combo, let them do what they want until they finally until they threaten it, and then you just use Damnation Engrave. So you wait for access code. Yeah, you wait for access code to fully resolve. Obviously, after like on summon, there's a window of opportunity to use its effect and negate that. Just have a Boral Sword, and then they can't out the Link 6.
Yeah, that's very cool. Okay, so proper immune, Ignister.
It's just ridiculous. Like, I had so many people asking me, "Oh, can you just read the card for us, please?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And they went, "Wait, it's only affected by everything?" I was like, "Yeah." Like, no Dark Roller, no droplets, no Super Poly, no nothing.
Yeah.
Apart from one player did Gamma Seal it, and I was like, oh, okay. That only happened once.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, like, surely that's the only thing you can do, like, realistically.
The Kaijus aren't amazing in this format, but that's why I wasn't expecting them in this one guy, and like round 6, just slam move it. I was like, oh.
He came prepared. He knew you were on the Ignisters. Right, side deck. You got Lanciers, which are obviously crazy good in a Tri-Brigade Zoo format. Same with Retaliating C.
The Contact C.
Sorry, Contact C. I was saying the wrong one. Microtops, obviously, anytime you're going second. Dark Roller's good. Let's just go through Spell Trap removal, and then the AIQ.
Yeah, that was like it's like a tech choice, really. It's searchable, it's searchable because it's an AI name, and it's very, very good against Prank Kids and Dragon Link.
Yeah.
It only ever killed
to only one Link summon per turn is pretty mad.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna cut it in the future, but it was like the sound, the reason behind it was sound. Like one Link summon, nice.
Yeah, that's very cool.
You don't even have to pay the cost until your turn either.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Oh, it's a bit like Imperial Order then, right? That's not bad. And I guess you could just not have any Link monster, but that seems a bit unlikely in this deck.
Oh yeah, of course.
Cool. So in the future, you mentioned you would cut it. What are the changes? The other changes that you'd make to the list down the line?
So many changes. This was like the first time playing it in even like I never played this deck in locals or anything. I played it on DB for a bit, and then that was it. So like a lot changes. I don't want to go too much into it because I might reveal my list in the future and stuff. But the one thing I can is the 2 transcode talkers. I played it at locals actually, like in real life, just like chilling, and it came up, and I was like, I'll play 2. But then when I actually play the deck, you need 2 Splash Mage. It is so necessary. It's ridiculous.
Wow. Okay.
It was like because you use it in the combo, and then after like turn 3, you want to use it again, so then you can go transcode access code. So you always want to have the second.
Yeah.
It's such a good card.
Do you know what you cut for it?
I'd probably cut the transcode talker back down to 1.
Okay.
It rarely came up where the second Splash Mage did. Thankfully, it didn't cost me any matches, but it made like where I had to do some awkward plays just to win, and it just made everything way more awkward than it needed to be.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. It's so easy to access, right? It's just two
I'd play
sides.
I've seen the main deck as well. I think it's called Hiami or something. It's the blue one. Definitely play that. It's really good. It's just it's an extender, but it's also a name, so you don't have to play like the math mech because I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But the blue Ignister, definitely play that.
Yeah. And so one of the key sort of previous issues with the deck was getting your field spell and keeping it up on the field. Do you feel like now that issue is totally resolved with all the consistency boosts that the deck has got?
Yeah, as well as if you open like multiple names as well, you can always just what happened against Dragon Link was, and you had like a couple of negates on the field, and then I normal summoned the Picari, the yellow one.
Yep.
And most people are not going to negate it because they want to negate the infant, but Picari can also search the field spell.
Yeah.
So in like situations like that, you have two field spells, and like you negated one of them to activate another.
Yeah.
The restriction of the field spell doesn't kick in until it actually resolves as well. So if they negate it, you can just activate it again.
Yeah. There's no. You can only activate this card. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great. And even for the Twin Twister as well, you can immediately reset it with its effect.
Yeah, that's nice. Cool. Okay. So I imagine siding patterns are just hand traps and traps coming out, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like this, depending on the matchups and stuff, I took draw out quite a fair bit really because it's not insane against Tri-Brigade Zoo. It's only really like in certain situations it's good. So taking them out in certain parts. I was actually keeping like strikes in going second. Going second, that's insane.
Yeah.
Even like against Dragon Link, I was game 3 full comboed. I had like no hand traps, but I won because I had double strike IDP.
just playing a trap deck.
Yeah, I've noticed like going second as well. You want to take some of like the extenders out because you don't really need them going second. You know what I mean? Like going first, you want them for your combo, but going second, they're not massively needed. So I took out the math mech a lot.
Yeah, they're relatively weak extenders, right, as well, because it's like you're semi-reliant on them, but they're easy to stop.
Yeah, stuff like Monster Reborn came out as well, and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Are there any shout-outs you want to make?
Yeah, there's quite a few. I want to shout out to Nathan who lent me some of the cards because I ordered cards of Card Market then have came. So Nathan, thank you for that. Shout out to Ben from Tier 0 and also Joe and Pat for like helping me test all the time. And then of course have to shout out the Bulbs boys because I don't know how many tournaments this is now, but in between rounds we also have a good crack and we also help each other out as well. And then lastly would have to shout out to Critical Hit in Liverpool. I bought a box from them, pulled most of the cards I needed for this tournament, so we're laughing.
Cool. Great stuff. Well, thanks very much for coming on and for sharing all this with us, and all of the intricacies of how it links together. And very interesting to see the development of the deck in the future and how it's going to go with the new Code Talker link. I think that's going to be a really interesting aspect for the deck.
Another thing that's going to boost the deck too is the ban list, 100%. The one card that's building so much this tournament was Droll.
Yeah.
So the deck can play through Nibiru, it can play through Ash, it can't play through Droll though, not at all. It's impossible.
You think they're going to hit Draw?
No, but hopefully like they hit certain decks like say Dragon Link and Invoked where people are taking the draws out of the main deck at least.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Cool. Well, thanks very much, and we'll see you again in the future.
Hopefully soon.